I chose a psalm for today that comes that the liturgy has chosen as part of the psalms that we sing before Kabbalat Shabbat. So it's Psalm 92, one of the ones that we always sing. Actually, it's this is the psalm for Shabbat, and it's sung usually right after Lecha Dodi. And I think Ben's going to get it online so I can point out this one verse in it really has caught me, and it speaks something directly to the moment that we've been in for some time. So I'll sing you the whole psalm, but the one verse that I wanted to teach you on a little bit today is Od Yinuvun B'Seva Deshenim V'Rananim Yihiyu. The translation we have here is, in old age they still produce fruit, they are full of sap and freshness. The line before it, let me give you the whole paragraph. Tzadika tamar yifrach ki erez balvanon yisgeh, shetulim beveit Adonai bechatzrot Eloheinu yafrichu. עוד ינובון בשיבה דשנים ורעננים יהיו, להגיד כי ישר אדוני צורי ולא עוולת בו. In a translation that I had written, I said, the righteous flourish like the palm, towering like the cedars of Lebanon, planted in the garden of spirit, on the terrace of angels they grow. In ripe age they continue to flower, full of sap and young they are, ready to tell that God is good, my rock has no imperfection therein. When the world changed with the coronavirus that came over, one of the things that was really peculiar and still continues to be so about the disease was that it was a very different experience for people that are 60, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 years old than people, kids and 10-year-olds and 20-year-olds and 30-year-olds. You really had this where everybody, I think, was moving through a period of fear that kind of covered the world in a way that I'd never experienced in my lifetime. I think many hadn't. But for older people, it was really different. I think there was, in the back of my head at least, was okay, if I get this thing, it won't be so bad. I'll be able to get through it. Whereas, worrying about my parents, worrying about my grandparents and all the elders, it was a different thing. And that was happening also within a culture that I think doesn't do a good enough job of respecting elders. I don't think our culture gives elders the place that I believe that, Jewish wisdom tells us to give them, and that they really should be given. So I started singing this, and when I get to this verse, it was that the elders should be kind of lifted up, and what does it mean to be an elder? I'll speak to that in a second. But that while the elders are in this experience of fear, we're thinking of them, especially and with as much compassion and respect and honor for their wisdom, the wisdom that they've gained with their years. When I was looking at this verse and thinking about what I wanted to bring you today, there's this one other verse in Bereshit that when Abraham gets old, and it's at the end of his life, after all of the traumas and all the events, you got this verse that the Kabbalists go nuts on. V'Adonai berach et Abraham bakol, and God blessed Abraham with bakol, with in everything. That would be the pshat interpretation. God blessed everything in everything. But they say he had a daughter. He was blessed with a daughter after surviving the traumas of Isaac and Ishmael. He's blessed with a daughter. And in the Zohar, it's that he's blessed with a vision of the all, that so much of life, I think we're struggling to see the all, and to be young and to be on the progression of a spiritual path is to be really partial in view, to be seeing through a darkened crystal. Whereas I think what we're striving for and what elders have a greater vision of is the all, the fullness of the picture. And that's the thing that we honor, that the path of life that each of those people has taken hopefully has blessed them with a sense that there's a place for everyone and everything, and especially in a culture that's so divisive, we're having so much trouble seeing and experiencing the all, the truth that even somebody who's wrong and hurt and wounded, there's something inside of that that's not being given expression or not being welcomed into the circle. And the wisdom of the elder is to say, there's a place here for you. We're going to figure out how to make a place. So I love that. Adonai berachet Avram bachol. May we all be, granted a vision of the all this Shabbat and in the days and weeks and months to come. And may the elders in your life, may you have an appreciation for the difference of the experience that they've been through. And can you go to them and say, hey, teach me about the all that you're granted a vision of. So I'm going to sing you my composition of this tune. I wrote it, I don't know, maybe a year or two ago, a year ago. Thanks for having me, everybody. Enjoy. טוב להודות לאדוני ולזמר לשמך עליון, להגיד בבוקר חסדך ואמונתך בלילות, עלי עשור ועלי נעבר, עלי היגיון בכינור, כי שימחתני אדוני בפניך, במעשה ידיך רחמני. La 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 di 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 da da la 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 la. Dikata marifrach Keres balanon yizge Shetulim bevet Adonai Mechatzrot Eloheinu yafrichu Odinuvon b'sivah Desheni ra'anahanim yiyu Lehagid ki yashar Adonai Surir lo alatahu Tididai la 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 Odinuvon b'sivah Desheni ra'anahanim yiyu Lehagid ki yashar Adonai Suri